Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari here today with another Action Taimanin video. So for today, I just want to talk about limited supporters. Like, more so the issues with. I haven't really ever talked about them, but I do have opinions about them. I don't know why I never made a video about it. But we're going to come over to the gacha, and I'm going to explain what makes something limited. Because as you can see here, Kirara is labeled as a pickup gacha, but I don't think she's just a regular pickup gacha. The reason being is she's 50 a draw, which means she's 500 per 10 draw, and you get 150 mileage, as opposed to a regular character like Kitty Mom here, which would be 40 by 400 with 100 mileage. So, these are the prices for a limited banner. I don't know why they didn't label her as such, but every limited banner in the past has been the same price. The same setup, like the same 2% drop rate for the actual card that doesn't seem true because they're super rare. But either way, like, those aren't really the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the exclusivity of limited things in this game in general. So, if you guys don't know, Japan also had limited supporters during their run, and for their year anniversary, I believe they reran the limited Sakura and Asagi support. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. So, those banners have rerun twice in Japan, 1 year apart basically, because they got them during the first year and then again on their year anniversary. And then every other limited supporter that has existed in this game thus far has not repeated in either region. So I want to just talk about if that makes sense or not. Because when you make something limited in a game, there has to be some exclusivity to it. But I think releasing things like once a year is crazy. It's like, for example, what if someone, say, I don't know, starts the game tomorrow and Asagi's their waifu? That person won't ever be able to get her limited supporter until the year anniversary, which is in October, and that's if they even repeat that supporter for us. And then what do you say about supporters that are like caught in the middle, like the Yuki Kaze support, where she's sitting somewhere in my inventory, and things like the Renko or the Murasaki support? When do these things repeat? Because if they don't repeat during our year anniversary, what are we stuck waiting till like 2022? So it's like how long do they expect people to wait on something limited, or is it just limited forever and whenever the fuck the devs feel like we just get it? So I just wanted to talk about that because I feel like in some cases it's okay. So like Kirara, I love her to death, but she's not the greatest support ever. But things like the Murasaki support, which I didn't get, when you use her active in PvE, you basically get a full special bar because of how her active works. So that supporter being limited means that something very powerful is just not around. The same thing goes for the Renko supporter. I find that Murasakis and Renkos are probably the best. I think with Asagi being like a close third. And the others are kind of like you can give or take for right now. So, yeah, missing out the Asagi, Murasaki, and Renko support, like, they're so good that, like, literally, like, if I see someone with the Asagi support in the arena, I just don't fight them. I'm like, yeah, I don't have time to deal with that. Because she basically gets, like, double Kojenka, because Asagi herself can Kojenka, and then so can the support, and Kojenka's already pretty busted by itself. On top of that, again, fighting the Murasaki support isn't a good time. She gives like health regen, she restores your special bar, and then the Renko support literally makes it so your wind slice activates double. So she's great for DPS, she's great for spamming out groggies and what have you. And I just don't think things like that should be limited to whatever the hell they're going to be limited to, like once a year or once every year and a half. Like, because, for example, we got Murasaki back in December in the States. Imagine we don't see Murasaki's supporter again until not this October, but the October after the next one coming. So, October of 2022 for what would be our second anniversary. That's way too long. That's crazy. And then you have no way of knowing it's coming because let's face it, Grimmery isn't the best at giving us information up front, so we can't really plan for anything. So you have no clue. Like they're gonna literally announce it the day before or a couple of days before we actually get the content. So it's literally like a surprise whether you get it or not. And since leaks are locked down, there's really no way of knowing. So I don't know, man. Like I just think yes, limited should be limited, but limited shouldn't be so limited. This also no, not now, please. I don't care about my daily. All right, this also applies to things like let's see. You have a limited skin like this limited mileage skin here. At what point should they re-release this to everyone? Because again, this skin to date in the Japanese server is the only one that actually repeated. So I know in that server things like this Renko skin, this one, they're not mileage in Japan. But for global they are. So would this repeat for us? So that people can actually get their hands on the skin? Because I mean, yeah, it's a decent skin. It gives attack and HP, but it's not like so broken that it should be exclusive forever. I think that this should get re-released. Who else's mileage skin do I have? Yours. Come here, you. And then the same for this bunny skin. Like, at what point should these skins come back? Because they're not really breaking the game in any sort of way. They're just literally a cosmetic. Yeah, they give stats, but so do other things. And then on top of that, we have things that were in the golden pass, which is seemingly dead. So like, how are people going to be able to get this? Because while it's a Halloween themed skin, it wasn't for Halloween. It was just in the golden pass. And then let's see, all of these are like always here, but there's just a bunch of skins that are like just not available anymore. Like, okay, I could get this. This is Christmas. That's fine. Make it exclusive to the holiday. But like, what about this? When does this come back? This is just Kill Bill's outfit. And then like this again was Sue's mileage skin, and for Yuki it was a golden pass reward. So like yeah, it's just the exclusivity of things. Like and then this comes from her limited bundle where with her limited supporter. So it's like I think these things should come back more often than once a year or never at all. What I was thinking, I've talked about it with Ark. Unfortunately, he's at work, but we basically were talking about limited things in the game, more so about supporters. So what we think is what they should do is they should have a monthly banner where the limited supporters would just end said banner. So like instead of it being like say just Kirara, it'll be like Kirara, Sagi, Sakura, Yuki, so on and so forth. Every limited support we've had scattered into the same pool. Because while it lowers the chances of you getting the supporter, like how Kirara here is 2%, they would all just be in the pool and there would be no uprate. So it would be something akin to like if we come over the premium gacha, how everything is just here in the pool, but there's no uprate. It would be kind of like that. It would just be a limited pool. And then what we figured they could do is like every month rotate what is the uprate. So for example, like next month, say they start rerunning supporters, and I don't know, Renko's the featured one. She'd be the uprate, but the other limited supporters would be in the pool with her as off rates. That way, people can at least try for them. Because not being able to get them at all, like, it's bad. Like, I want to show you guys something. So if I come to my inventory, if we look at Kirara, because she's up right now, it says here you can get her from Pickup Gacha or the Shop of Desires. Now, if we come over to Yuki, there's no way to get her. There's not even like a tab here to even dictate that she'd come back. Like even in Honkai, when something is limited to like a certain banner or a certain event, you can still click on it and it'll tell you the availability of it because those things do repeat. But having this be just like an empty field here, whereas Kirara actually has her acquire info because she is actually still up. It just leads people to believe like they can't re-get this stuff. Like this Yuki may very well be S level 1 forever. And then the same thing goes for any limited weapons that come with them, which in this case I only have Yuki's. Again, this just may be S level 1 forever. Who knows if she'll ever come back. Right now they're kind of just dead plays in my inventory that are really rare. So, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to make it out to be a rant. I just sincerely hope they come out with a way to, like, increase the availability of things that are limited overall. Like, not just supporters, but also skins. because it's too much. Like I hate when people start the game and they go, "Oh, where did you get that Shiranui skin?" Because let's face it, everyone loves Shiranui even though she sucks. I always get asked about this skin. Unfortunately, you can't get it anymore. If they do repeat it and our event is similar to the Japanese event that passed for the anniversary, then yeah, we'll be able to get this skin again. And we'll be able to get the Asagi and the Sakura support again. But that doesn't really cover for the others. And waiting a year is just, it's too much because we had the Sakura support, what, around November? And we had the Asagi support literally like the first few weeks of the game. So that would have literally been a year for us just to get these two again. And then you're still missing Renko, you're still missing Yuki, you're missing Morisaki, you're missing Asuka, you're missing Sue, you're missing, where's the other one? You're missing Kirara, right? She's not out yet, so that's why I don't see her here. You're missing all these supports that pass for these other characters. So, yeah, it's a bit rough, especially for someone who's a new player, because if the thing for their waifu already passed, then it's like rip. You're kind of just SOL. So if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. And I hate that about some games. Like I wish they would have a system where I don't even know, man. Like they could rotate the skins. Like they already released limited skins into the store. Like I think they could just do like theme skins, like like or even if they don't want to release the skins for gems because it's too easy. I don't know why I'm looking at characters. But yeah, even if they don't want to like release mileage skins here because it's too easy, they could even come up with like a method for you to be able to craft skins in the actual this thing, the facility. Because that would be neat. Like if we look at our crafting facility, which I hardly use it anymore, except for beads, but if we come down to craft level 5, you can already make their rivalry skins. So these are what? They cost 10 character emblems, I believe, to make the skin. If I like, actually, yeah, it's 10. So, with that being said, they could put limited skins in here, but just make them cost additional character emblems. Because I guarantee, like, people won't complain if a mileage skin is, say, like 20 emblems, because at least they'd be able to get their hands on it. And I think that would just be a really neat thing to get limited skins back in the fold. And then you could do like maybe for skins that were kind of like a buy for gem thing that already passed, they could be 15 emblems. And if you really want to like include things that are like very limited, like say the Yuki skin where she's in the leotard that was like just limited to her support banner, so this here you could probably do something like make this cost 25 to 30 because it's very, very rare and very limited. But at least it gives people an outlet to attain them. So I think the crafting facility could really be used to rectify the problem of skins people can't get anymore. Because while it would be a grind, it would just give the item some availability. But as far as limited supporters, yeah, I don't know what they do. Like, I think the once a month cycling thing is a good idea, but then it kind of makes them always available, which is bad. So, I don't know, once every couple months, it's just once a year or repeating every year, and it's just whatever ones they decide to unlock seems weird. Like, I was joking about it last night in my Discord, like, this is the reason, because people, I get ragged on. I simped for Kirara, I'll admit it. Like, I literally threw my head at her and just gave her everything. I was like, okay, here you go. But there's a reason for that, because I don't want to be in a situation where, like, say, I only got 2 Kiraras or 3 Kiraras, and then suddenly I'm waiting 3 years for the character card to come back. That's just not worth anyone's time. So, yeah, of course you're going to try to get the item to S level 5 when it comes out. So they need to come out with a way to actually increase the availability of said characters. And I think it would be overall healthier for the game as far as like people who have been playing long term and for new players. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about it in the comments. I've kind of rambled on as per usual. But yeah, I'd love for people to say what they think of the limited support system. Like, do you guys think it's fair? Do you think these things should be as rare as they are? Or do you think they should recycle with some sort of frequency so that everyone has a chance to at least get their hands on them realistically? Because I don't think waiting a year for something is realistic. It's like you may not even be playing this game in a year. The game could get shut down. Like you don't know what could happen because it's a gotcha game. The longevity is always up in the air. So yeah, man, I just don't. Wow, like limited supporters and limited skins. We need some availabilities on these Grimmery. Please, like, come up with something. Well, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. With all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe if you found it helpful, informative, or entertaining. And with that, you boys and gals have a great rest of your day. You have good luck in your gotchas in the arena. Wow, I stuttered. And again, if you're interested in getting Kirara, grab her because she is limited and who knows when she'll be back. Maybe like 2025. So if you don't want to wait till then, you may want to at least pull a copy. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.